Quick thoughts on what Labour is highlighting today. They're highlighting government spending on credit cards, government-issued credit cards today. They say there's a pattern of using these cards for lavish entertainment, luxury hotel stays. Is there a culture of lavish spending in government departments at the moment when people are worried about paying their bills?
Certainly not. I mean, when I was on my last visit, I was up in Lancashire last week to Bury. I stayed in the very well-appointed Premier Inn and drove myself up there with some of the team as well in order to save on costs and get there in good time. What we've seen is over the last 12 years, we've seen a reduction in 2009, almost £1,000 million was spent on these cards. We're seeing that down to around £150 million last year. That's an 85% reduction. Plus the fact...
Labour says there's a 70% increase since 2010.
Well, I mean, you'll have to ask Angela Rayner when she's on with you, but 2009, £995 million spent on these cards. Last year, by their own figures, around £150 million. There's a big difference there. What I want us to see is government spending all properly declared transparently. Obviously, there'll be some situations where, you know, if the people are travelling internationally and there's a big international conference, there will be, more expenditure on certain things. But what we saw in 2012 was all of these figures are fully available on the government website. I checked it out myself. There's a monthly transparency reporting of this, and transparency is the best thing. Sunlight is a great disinfectant for this sort of stuff, and so I think that's why it's so important that we're as transparent as possible with what the government spends.
In a word, will you ban these cards?
Well, I think there's a use for them, and actually, if everything had to be invoiced, you can't actually do stuff that you need to do and can be more expensive and more bureaucracy. What I don't think we should do is introduce more bureaucracy as sort of Jim Hacker-style Department of Administrative Affairs to administrate the other administrators, which seems to be Labour's proposal. I don't want to see more bureaucrats. I want to see transparency coming through and helping us keep government spending as reasonable as possible for taxpayers in my constituency and across the country.
OK, Richard Holden, thanks very much.